Afternoon, Pep. 2 years ago, you beat Arsenal 5-0, and a lot of Arsenal fans thought that Arteta might be sacked. And after the game, I remember you were very passionate in supporting Arteta. It's not so usual for us to hear a manager talking about a rival like that. I mean, can you explain, obviously, it worked out for Arsenal that they didn't sack him because they're very good now, but why did you decide to really go and support your rival?
Well, that game we start quite equal, and after 1 or 2 goals they were sent off from Shaka, I remember, and after play now a team in Etihad with a 1 or 2 down when Mikel restart to principles and concepts, not easy. So you're right, it's not time here to defend colleagues because everyone can defend himself. So we respect each other, we try the best, but we are not friends. But the case exception with Mikel was completely different. So we were working together 2-3 years with a lot of success. I learned a lot, I said many times. So and I was pretty convinced. So because I knew him here, how to communicate with the players, the ideas they have, what happened when after 10, 15 minutes, 20, when the situation is not going well. He visualized perfectly the reason why. He had to adapt and work individually, collectively. He's a guy so demanding with the board to give me money to spend. So have this talent too. Because sometimes it's more okay what the club decide. He push everyone and I was convinced. So and it was another proof that when someone believes in something, like the board decide the way we want to play, the sport director decide we want to play, to keep this manager to play in this way, and this manager, sport director, take these players to play in this way and give time, always it works. So, and sometimes you can see quick immediately, and sometimes you need more time. But it's happened with patience when the people above you believe really in you, watching in the training sessions and how you are. If you just rely on the results, that is the first step that the clubs will be down. But the results, you have to rely more on what you do than results. So the results will be always a consequence. They trust him and the results are here. So at the end they have a manager for many years, know the club, he loves the club, and better than that it's impossible.
Do you look at Mikel and think there's a mini-me? Because a lot of managers, I know a lot of people will go on to be managers having worked with, under different guys and not necessarily take on the same characteristics, but there's a lot, it's like what, very similar.
I dress better. I'm more elegant, I'm sorry. My wife gave me the perfect outfit all the time, so.
No, can you see a lot of your characteristics in him when he...
Zero. He has father and mother completely different, have their own personality. So all the success he has belongs absolutely to Mikel and his people in Arsenal, not Juan and me. People say, I was with Pep and learned a lot. I learned a lot of him. So the people say, always I have to teach my assistant coach. I bring assistant coach to teach me. Muhammad is here to teach me. Right. So, but as a figure, I'm here in front of a microphone. I have to talk about the excellences that we do as a Manchester City, but I learn. It's like the players. So the people believe we teach the players. We learn for the players to take decisions. We learn of them many times. So all the success and good things and bad things, Mikel's belongs to him. His genetic and mom and dad have given to him, not me.
The other thing was, it's more of a general one. Now you're the second longest serving manager in the Premier League behind the Liverpool manager. And you're also, from what we've seen on the documentaries and such like, you're a training ground manager. You're out there, taking the sessions and everything. How difficult is it to keep it fresh when they hear the same voice?
Exactly.
How tough is that as the years go by?
It's a good question for the players. I'm asking this question many times for myself, and still how again this guy here shouting me or saying something again and again. That's why sometimes you have to refresh the squad, the players, or move the manager. So it's an honor to be the second longest serving manager right now behind Jurgen. That means we have done really well because the big clubs don't wait in the term. But to try to, I don't know, we remove a lot of assistant coaches, some little patterns. And I'll tell you something, when it will be a long week, I think it will be more difficult to maintain that. But at the end, when playing every 3 days, you don't train. I love to be on the pitch, in the grass, smell the grass and see the players, do whatever they do. When I like the behavior, I compliment them. When they are flat, and after that they will be in trouble with me. But I am more. I don't feel a manager. I feel a trainer. On the field. Manager looks like on the board, in the office. But the calendar and the schedules make you become manager, because all the time you are in the office watching games or what do you have to do. And in the pitch, just 45 minutes, 1 hour. That's why, I don't spend much time with the player, just these 45 minutes and the morning of the meetings or the day of the game. The rest of the time, I'm not with them. They are not with me. So that's why maybe we can sustain a bit longer this relation.
All these packed fixture schedules make your job easier then, don't they?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Guys, I've got time for one each for Mike, Russell and Steve.
You bought midfielders the last couple of summers. Is Declan Rice, has that ever been one that you've looked at closely, or one that you?
Yeah, everybody knows that we want him. We could play not in when Rodri could not play. So, but at the end, Arsenal pushed more and want him more. Or maybe Mikel was more convincing than me, or the club itself, or the offer that they got. We could not. We believe in that position. We could not reach it because we thought in Josko in that position, and we could not afford it. We couldn't afford it. Yeah, maybe less, or maybe. And that's why.
And the amount that they've spent on Rice and others, that shows that Arsenal really are kind of your
well, normally when Manchester City bought this kind of amount of money, is crazy. When the other ones, how smart they are. That's quite happen. But I'm not denying that everyone can do whatever they want. I never judge what the other want. We have been judged all the time. But it's fine. When we were in the middle of the table, never happened that. We were not a problem. We were not being scrutiny for the rest. But Arsenal believed that they had to do more than fine. So, and at the end, what I said before, all the recruitment has done in the last years. So I think from outside, the more difficult thing Arsenal has is players leave, important players in the team that were when Mikel took over. So in that position to release the contract they have, but at the moment the recruitment is really good. Now they're settled. They have a young squad for many, many years. So the perspective for many years is the fact that they will be there for many time. And of course, what I'm going to say, Declan Rice is an exceptional. Is holding midfielder with the national team, so he's an exceptional player.
Hi, Pep. Last couple of years, there's been a lot of speculation about Bernardo, whether he stays, whether he goes. When he's in your team, there's no doubt he makes you a better team. Do you see it that way? And is it easier when he's in the team to cope with the prolonged period of time without someone like Kevin?
Yeah, definitely. Bernardo is so important for us. For me personally, for the relation I have with him, always I like to have tight relation with some players as possible. The other one is not, because everyone has his own character, myself first. And Bernardo is so special, and of course, a tactic player can play in few positions, in many, many positions. And he's a huge competitor. He loves to win. He's incredible, angry and upset. It doesn't look like from outside, but it doesn't look like when he loses games and he misses a pass, simple things. He's angry with himself, so competitor. And of course, when for example needs a winger like more speed. That's how we play with Jeremy, for example, or before Raheem or Leroy. We need a winger. When we had the ball, we have to react himself, give extra time to join the team and join the structure and make an extras. He's so good. He's really interesting player and defensive as well. And I said can play in, I don't know, last season play as a left back against Saka and in Emirates. So he can play in many, many positions. And all of them he's so intelligent because he's so intelligent, he's so. We have been a big loss for us. If this season after Gundo and Riyad, I may gone him and Kyle have been a big loss. Fortunately, we can have him one more year.
Last one with Russell, please, guys.
Hi, Pep.
Hi.
I'll ask you a question about Phil Foden. Like you said, you've lost Gundogan in the summer. Kevin's obviously long-term injured, and you haven't got Rodri. Have you? He's got more responsibility this season, Phil. Have you seen a growing maturity from him as well this season?
I think Phil also you have a free instinct as a football player. He's not a player like think too much when he plays. You have to think, oh, what manager has said to me, he doesn't take good decisions. He's a bird, like fly wherever you want and do it. But sometimes you have to, it's the step he has to gain as a win as a football player. Okay, playing that position, I have some duties I have to do for the team. It depends if they do, I have to do this. It depends if they don't do, I have to do that. But he's so young. Certain players, for example, Rico Lewis has immediately what he moved inside. I didn't teach him anything. He come from his nature, but he has not the talent like Phil has for in other aspects. But that is normal. That's nice. That is, football is not a copy paste of players. Everyone is different. Everyone how you discover as a match is a bigger target. How do you discover, imagine, figure out how the relation between them can suit perfect to play the way we want to play. It's not you playing that way. It's enough. No, you with him. How you connect it. That is what made me my job. Wow, so fascinating. And when Phil playing right winger, I can do it. In the beginning, when play left winger, play good. Now lately not good. In the middle, can play in right, left in the pocket, no problem. So when I was like at the end, could play as a holding midfielder. The two holding midfielders play there too. But for that, he needs to, to understand the game as a global, in everything, not just me, But at the same time, had this instinct, like natural, like the big talent in the final third. I'm not going to stop him. I'm not going to step. Don't do that, because he's unique. But with 16 years old was unique. With 17, with 18. But as much he grows as a football player, have to add something in his game, because he will be better for him in the future. And hopefully, since the time we are together, we can help him.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.